So today I want to talk about divine and really like love, being a garment for God, being empath and letting go. And then basically I'm going to talk about love today. So I had a teacher, Hilary Jackendoff, and she used to say in her yoga language, her name for the feminine aspect of God is Durga. So it's like this womb to be a better womb to myself, vulnerability, neediness protected, destroying the conditions of what's lovable by being the mother of life and death and birth and rebirth. These are various divine feminine expressions and facets. She uses her words. One is called Saraswati. It's like the wisdom, creativity. Then Lakshmi, which is abundance and beauty. Lila, which is delight and play. Vajra Yogini, which is the power, like you would say goddess. You would say it's God, but goddess, like power. Chandika, which is anger. And Kali, which is fierceness, wrath, transformation. So in other words, I come from a Jewish background where God is said to be in the masculine, but really it's also feminine, it's Shechina. And here they're using different words. Formidable, fearsome, confident, authority. And I decided to explore it for myself. Helper, unassailable, not warring by nature, but a liberator, leader through insurmountable fortress, fortifier, generous, reassuring, radiating, beneficent, using tools to get through the cycles and using energy of creation and destruction, cutting away what no longer serves us, discriminating the wisdom needed for life or discernment, cutting obstacles, clearing the path for spiritual wisdom, protection, determination, focus, penetration, invokes clarity and concentration and shows the divine unity beyond good and bad. And she is flowing instead of being unfluid. In the Western patriarchy, they say there's like either the Madonna or the whore. I'm sorry to say it like this. The person who just acts like a sex object and degrades herself, or the one that's like totally virgin, totally pure. And here we say, no, it's all like in the middle. And then I thought to myself, well, what kind of lover would I like to be? I'm longing for fulfillment. I've felt empty. I'm ready to choose life and source of life. I make myself ready by becoming spacious and non-attached. Blind faith is exciting, nerve-wracking, and life-saving medicine. I'm bringing myself into liking myself because I'm going to be with myself for the rest of my life. And I choose to believe that life is supporting me and dropping into my finite, limited self, looking out from these eyes, feeling awe at each having own perspective and impressions and infinitely multiplying. It's unfathomable and humbling to even consider. Learning to give myself and wait patiently and learning to endure disappointment and loss. Understanding peaceful contentment is my true nature and always available to me no matter what. It's the most precious. Nothing else is worth more, not money, sex, company, or glory. I'm a vessel for godly light. That's the most tantric or like pleasurable, turned on, aroused, intense experience and real life direct experience, whether it's softening my heart to trust and be comforted and held or feeling whole. The more godly light I can literally capacitate, like a capacitor. So it's about not getting too big with a big shadow in order not to feel broken, right? Or whether it's about being, thank you, which could be love, teacher, protection, discipline, guidance, unconditional acceptance, forgiver. But I am a garden of God. I invest in the baby. Investing in the babies is giving them to God. They're not ours. We're a steward of God. We're not looking for reasons to be tired or lazy, trusting the source of energy, showing gratitude by finding ways to give back before someone supports us. Before someone who supports us asks us. So let's say someone supports me, finding ways to give back with gratitude before they even need to ask. After the flood, it's like building something, starting from appreciation, or post-deluge. Clothes are the deeds of people wearing them. Odors, evil can be transformed to sweet. God is most pleased when we don't call things ruined or bad, which embarrasses. Esav, or the Jacob's brother, is not deserving favor of God archetype, and Benal, to sublime, the transformation. Create and destroy energy, overcome what pulls us away. Like, basically being like pooping angels. Like, we'd be so high, we become so refined that we eat, we poop. Like, basically the only thing is we see our waste. I'm here to bring glory to God through my actions by transcending self-betrayal and unskillful tendencies and not falling prey to seeing only the traitorous, rather recognizing struggle as a necessary part of redemption. God's also not choosing destruction through us when we are a vessel for divine creative source. Dysfunctional systems have to be fixed at the root. There's no irredeemable character. We all do triumph. The deepest darkness has the most potential for elevation and light. What is empathy? An empathy deficit triggers me into over-empathizing. So clearly it's like something you can measure. Or not something you can measure, but something that you can detect. So pausing early in the seduction and take breaks in the relationship is crucial for someone who's an empath. Trusting our intuition is key to not getting sucked into fear or not going into the vortex. Staying calm and swirling, staying calm amid the swirling, amid the negativity, by landing in the heart and keeping on going to the self for the love, to decompress, going into the self. Looking out for humble, soft-spoken people. And when we feel stressed, going into meditation or rest, starting over again the next day, moment, or hour. Physical empathy is like sensation, healing, diagnosis. An intuitive empath is an inner communication with earth, plants, animals. A precognitive empath is about future and predicting. Mediumship is beyond the veil of this life. Invisible life, spirit. The dream empath is interpreting dreams, and the telepathic empath is feeling and reading into other states and thoughts. Permission and boundaries is very important for safety and protection. We have to choose to know where our edges are so we can keep our sense of well-being honored and also respect others. We can then keep on developing our gifts. Energy management allows us to use our skills most wisely and productively. Shifting outside of linear personal kind of paradigm is to have a clear vessel and hold space. Listen openly, not for me, not for anything, but intention is just to receive. Like, one, is it appropriate now or should I wait? Because the timing is important. 2, timing is so important. So 1, is it appropriate now? Or 2, should I wait? Because timing is so important. Let the resonance, the love of whichever I'm inclined to become, what brings me depth, meaning, joy, connection, letting myself play, expand, renew, and letting go is to care while letting people do their own work, to stay close while accepting. I can't control others, to not enable while letting people learn from natural functions, right? Admitting powerlessness, which means outcome is out of my hands, releasing attachment to the outcome. Making the most of myself rather than changing or blaming others, not judging, allowing others to be human, not being in the middle, arranging effects, but giving right to the agency of others. Not to protect others from facing reality, accepting rather than denying, not nagging, scolding, arguing, rather finding and correcting my own shortcomings, not adjusting all to my desires, but taking each day one at a time and cherishing myself in it. Not criticizing or regulating anyone, but to try to become what I dream I can be, and not to regret the past, but grow and live for the future and fear less and love more and feeling whole and loved as an individual, not clinging to the mistakes just because they took a long time to make, a long while. Being okay alone is a means of staying present rather than using others to escape, accepting who people are and what they're not gives relief, and starting from where I am, whatever tools I have now, instead of waiting for readiness and trusting better tools will be found along the way. So trusting better tools will be found along the way. Now, healthy love versus unhealthy love. I'm going to give a whole list of healthy love after I give a whole list of unhealthy love. Unhealthy love. Feelings are consumed in the relationship and extremely afraid to let go. Excessive fear of risk and change and little individual growth. Few truly intimate experiences. Playing mind games, trying to get by giving, trying to change people, needing others to feel secure and happy. Needing, in other words, not hoping for, but needing. Refusing to commit, repeatedly experiencing negative feelings, being afraid of affection and closeness, and cares with excessive detachment, frequent playing of power games, and looking to others for self-worth. Healthy love allows for individuality, brings out best qualities, accepts endings, experiences openness and change, invites growth in the partner, finds pleasure in giving and in receiving, both. Doesn't try to change partner, doesn't try to control partner, doesn't seek unconditional love, accepts limitations of self and partner, and has individually high self-esteem. Trusts the memory of the partner, expresses feelings spontaneously, welcomes affection and closeness, and believes in equality or equity. I hope that this was interesting for you, and I give you a blessing in this month. It's a new month because being observant Jew, we have the lunar calendar. So it's a new moon, it's a new month. Moon, month, it's the same. So anyway, be well. Bye. Wishing you a good new month with choosing and validating yourself, being yourself, and loving yourself, connecting yourself with yourself through the body, through ideas, through the self, through others, through agency, through everything.